Valley is included in this severe thunderstorm warning as well. But you see on top of that, we have a flash flood warning in effect for the foothills. That goes into effect until 10 p.m. So here is current radar. It's right on top of downtown. We can hear it right here at KOB4. But we also have the storms back building again to the North Valley. They're coming into parts of Rio Rancho. So here's Corrales Road right there. There's Corrales. But you see how the thunderstorms are still pushing to the south. So the flash flood warning goes until 10 for the northeast foothills. We've had a lot of rainfall there. I can actually... Okay, thank you for verifying that, John. We're making sure we're loud and clear on Facebook. But we have that flash flood warning in effect for the Northeast Heights, just showing you how much rain has fallen over the last 3 hours. Radar estimates, not that much. I mean, we're talking, well, about 6/10 of an inch here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play out our Albuquerque camera out of the station. That's what it looks like outside right now. So if you're got any friends or family that are outside, or if you're out right now in parts of Albuquerque, this is what it looks like right now in downtown. You can hardly see the big buildings. Current temperature 74 degrees with a thunderstorm. It looks like we did just have a wind gust, oddly enough, out of the northeast, gusting close to 60 miles per hour. It is another one of those monsoon storms. If you want to see the other side of it, here's Rio Rancho looking toward the foothills and the heights in the North Valley. You can't see anything. That's the reason why there's a flash flood warning in effect for parts of the city and that severe thunderstorm warning. I tell you what, we had a pretty nasty gust here at the station, I'd say 10 minutes ago. Yeah, it was not fun. So I'm going to control the radar now. Here's the current view. So see, you're seeing pretty heavy rain now move through downtown, which is right here. The Big Eye is right here. All right. So most of the South Valley now getting drenched by this thunderstorm, and we might as well call it a severe thunderstorm because there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for all of the metro. I will say, if you're in Los Ranchos or if you're on the west side near Cottonwood, most of your threat is over for any kind of severe storms. We're really talking now the central and southern part of the Albuquerque metro getting impacted for this. So let me move the radar down and I'll show you Valencia County. I'll show you what's going on there. Not much, but there is the severe thunderstorm warning stops just north of Los Lunas. It doesn't even include Bosque Farms. It does include Isleta Pueblo. So, but as you see, the storm is moving to the south at a pretty rapid pace. So I'll stop the radar, and what we're going to do here is put something like velocity on. And this just shows you how fast the winds are blowing. And it doesn't even look like we have very strong winds, but it is worth checking. Well, there you go, 62 miles per hour in the western part of the Isleta Pueblo, or in the parts of the South Valley too. That is pushing to the south. So if you're in Los Lunas, get ready. You're probably going to see anywhere between about 30 to 50 mile per hour winds, and at times you could have gusts exceed 60 miles per hour in Los Lunas. So that's up next. We'll have to wait and see if this can make it to Belen or not. There's nothing tornadic with this. This is just strong winds. But this is the severe thunderstorm. In fact, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. That includes basically all of Valencia County now until 8:30. So if you're in Los Lunas, Belen, Rio communities, you're under the severe thunderstorm warning now for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And what I'll do is I'll actually, since this is very casual, we're not on air, I'm just going to go back here to the Weather Center and take a look at the information with that. So yes, looks like it is 60 mile per hour winds. Checking if we have any reports coming out of the metro, just that 58 mile per hour wind gust that came through the Sunport about 5 minutes ago. No new flash flood warnings just yet, although I will say this is the latest from the National Weather Service. They are considering a flash flood warning for central Albuquerque, including downtown, because of the rain rates we're seeing. So, okay, so yeah, wow. So that's how heavy the rain is coming through Albuquerque. I mean, what you see in Rio Rancho is not that, I mean, you can see just fine. You go to the North Valley and the foothills and it's raining cats and dogs. That's what I said earlier during our cut-in, that it's looking like this outside right now. So if you're in Albuquerque, there is a severe thunderstorm warning for another 15 minutes. I'll stay up until the severe thunderstorm warning expires here on Facebook Live and on Twitter and on YouTube, just to keep everybody informed. It's just a monsoon thunderstorm rolling through, but we have a lot of events ongoing for a weekend. It is Sunday. So I thought it was important just to show you what's going on. So there is still that flash flood warning in effect for the northeastern part of Albuquerque. But I think the main deal is the severe winds we're seeing. Again, that's that severe thunderstorm warning for Los Lunas and Belen until 8:30. And then we have the one for Albuquerque going until 8 o'clock. So here is radar. And I'll just go ahead and take you in and show you, what we're looking at on the Rio Rancho camera is not even the severe thunderstorm warning. That's just another shower or a thunderstorm that's popped up here south of Bernalillo, right in the middle of Sandia Pueblo. It looks like. Here's Tramway right here. So the North Valley, you're seeing some moderate to light rainfall. If you're on the northwestern part of Rio Rancho, say near the city center, you're not seeing much at all. Actually, most of this kind of missed the city center part of Rio Rancho. We're talking 528 near Southern and just south of Target there in Rio Rancho, and then Corrales getting a pretty heavy thunderstorm. That's the reason why this flash flood warning goes until 10, just in case another thunderstorm pops up there. Most of the arroyos are probably filling up, if I had to guess. So don't go in the arroyos. That's common sense, of course, but just in case, just to let you know. But if we look at the North Valley down toward downtown, that's where the heaviest of the showers and thunderstorms are coming through. I'll tilt the radar toward the South Valley now, and I'll show you where the actual severe part of this thunderstorm is. So, Brandon, where are you going to get the 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts? That is a good question. Right here, right on the leading edge of this thunderstorm rolling through the South Valley. The airport sits about right here. Might be a rough go, and there you go. So we have a new flash flood warning now. This is going to include the downtown part of Albuquerque. Let's go ahead and get a time on that if it will let me click it. Sometimes the severe thunderstorm warning will supersede that. Yeah. So let's rewind and let's go a little bit closer into downtown and see if it'll tell me. Yeah. So to 10:45. So if you're in downtown Albuquerque all the way down to the South Valley, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning now, or you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. You've been on this till 8 o'clock, but a new flash flood warning now. Downtown, a little bit parts of the west side, mainly southeast of the west side. This really just includes downtown, Nob Hill, UNM, the Sunport South Valley. That's where that flash flood warning is until 10:45. But I wanted to show you the rain rates. You saw the Rio Rancho camera there. The reason why it looks like that is because we got rain rates that are very intense. In fact, you're seeing it there. This basically means if the thunderstorm were to sit over the South Valley for 1 hour, I mean, we're exceeding some of the legend here, but 4 inches of rain could fall in an hour. Is the storm sitting on top of places for an hour? No, it's actually moving slowly, thankfully. But you're still going to pick up a very quick ½ an inch to an inch of rainfall, and it just doesn't take much to flood, especially when you have all the concrete and the pavement within Albuquerque, and it just all goes into the arroyos and causes one big problem. Another area that also sees some flooding is some of the low-lying areas coming in to downtown. We're talking, just north of Lead and Coal in parts of these areas right here, coming off the Big I. When you kind of go into the overpasses there, they can flood sometimes, and that's probably the reason why the National Weather Service issued that flash flood warning, just to get people to be prepared. So here's the 1 hour loop. This thunderstorm moved in basically west of Rio Rancho and northwest of Albuquerque, and now it's pushing to the south. But again, I'll put on these winds for you, and I'll show you where the leading edge of the more damaging winds are. And it looks like a lot of this is beginning to let up. The wind is not as severe on velocity here, and basically what this red means is that's wind blowing away from the radar at Double Eagle Airport, pushing to the south. So the leading edge of the wind is now coming into Los Lunas as we speak. It's pushing to the south, so next up would be Belen in about 15 to 20 minutes for those wind gusts around 30 to 50 miles per hour. And at times, the reason why that severe thunderstorm warning is there, it could get up to 60 miles per hour. The heaviest of rain still falling in the South Valley, but we're really just tracking the damaging winds with this. The severe thunderstorm warning for Albuquerque is up for another 10 minutes, so we'll stay here until that is at least gone. But again, this is more casual. So if you're joining us on Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitter, thanks for joining us. The reason why we're not on TV is just because it's a severe thunderstorm warning. We have these during monsoon season quite often, but I thought it was at least important enough to give people a heads up. In the southern part of the city and down through Valencia County, the chance if you're maybe out and about and you're just seeing us pop up on your Facebook feed or on YouTube or on Twitter, that, hey, maybe I should get some of my loose items inside from the house, or hey, if I'm headed home, I'm going to have to run through this on I-25. And it's a rough go on I-25 right now. I will say here in downtown, it has let up a lot. In fact, let's just take you to a live camera. I think it's better just to show people what's going on across the city. We just did hear a rumble of thunder. But you know, I showed you this about 5 minutes ago. You couldn't see the big buildings very well, but now you can. Let's look at the current conditions. 74 degrees. Again, we had that gust about 20 minutes ago out of the Sunport around 58 miles per hour. So that's what the leading edge of that thunderstorm is doing. But the Rio Rancho camera, and yeah, this is live. You know, I've been showing this a lot. It doesn't look like the rain's moving very much. It is, but that's the reason why the northeastern part of the city is under that flash flood warning, and now downtown until 10:30. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for the city of Albuquerque till 8 o'clock. The new severe thunderstorm warning for Los Lunas from the South Valley, Los Lunas, Belen, goes until 8:30. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are the main concern. Here's the radar, live radar right now. You see the heaviest of rain now pushing to the south part of downtown. We're talking southwest Albuquerque, the South Valley. It's just coming into the Sunport right now, but you see the leading edge of that outflow boundary right there that hit Los Lunas. That's where you're going to see 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts if you see it. Tracking another thunderstorm near Moriarty, just east of Edgewood, seeing a couple of those showers and thunderstorms. And yeah, this is what we've been having the last couple of days. A lot of these monsoon thunderstorms creating a lot of heavy rain. If you're joining us maybe outside of the metro, again, this is a Facebook Live. I can kind of be a little bit more casual with you. A lot of the rain in the North Mountains has let up now, so we're not seeing any kind of flash flood warnings anymore for the Calf Canyon Hermit's Peak burn scar. We do have a flash flood warning. This is northwest of Espanola for Abiquiu. This is for places along Highway 84. That runs for a few more minutes. Santa Rosa seeing some more moderate rainfall, some other thunderstorms rolling through Clovis. They're loud, but they're not severe, and they're just really producing some more rainfall. Another area hard hit, Ruidoso. Over the last day or so, especially yesterday, 2 flash flood warnings within a 24-hour period. It's just awful what's been happening in Ruidoso. Thankfully, catching a break, but my concern is, will some of this activity in the metro that's happening right now, could it hit Ruidoso? So that's when we go to High-Res Futurecast and we take a look at the next 6 hours, and I'll let this very slowly loop on. And the answer is, it's a possibility that we could see some of these showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight head toward Ruidoso. We did have the flash flood emergency going from Friday night into Saturday morning at midnight, and that's when they were issuing evacuations there. We don't have that now. I'm just letting you know that we are watching the overnight period for more of these showers and thunderstorms to possibly affect Ruidoso. It's not a high certainty, but some of these thunderstorms are moving from north to south. So if you do the math, if it's in Albuquerque, there's a possibility it could push south. We'll have to wait and see if it does affect Ruidoso. One more check of the radar in Albuquerque, and I'll let you go back to whatever you were doing if you're joining us on the social medias. So here's the current watches and warnings. Los Lunas, Belen, severe thunderstorm warning until 8:30. The one for Albuquerque runs for about 6 more minutes, but we do have 2 flash flood warnings on top of that. So I know it's a little hard to see on that image, so let's take a look at radar. So you see the green outlines there. There's one right here for the foothills that runs until, I believe it's 9:30. Let me double check for that flash flood warning. I don't want to give you false information and be wrong. So that flash flood warning is until 10, to the top, until 10 o'clock. The one for downtown Albuquerque, this flash flood warning right here that encompasses the South Valley, the southeastern part of the city, including Nob Hill, that part, UNM, That flash flood warning goes until 10:30. Now, thankfully, these storms are moving, but we could have more moderate to light rainfall kind of fill in behind it. More stratiform rain is what we call that. And so if you are headed outside to Albuquerque and you do have plans, I'm not quite sure of what kind of festivals or any kind of events that are happening tonight, but if you are headed out on the town, just bring the umbrella, bring the rain jacket, because we might have some rain for the next hour or two for Albuquerque. But the main severe concern has now headed into Valencia County with the leading edge of this thunderstorm. And what I'll do is kind of push this out and show you the leading edge of this thunderstorm, and mainly this outflow boundary, which you're seeing the radar update in real time there. Right here is the leading edge of the more gusty winds. 30 to 50 miles per hour has rolled through Los Lunas. If you have any reports, you can send them to me, by the way, and that would be helpful as well. But as this thunderstorm and this outflow boundary continues to push to the south, you could see wind gusts top 30 to 50 miles per hour, and in isolated cases, 60 miles per hour as it rolls through Belen and Rio communities and areas like that within the next 5 to 10 minutes. But the heaviest part of the thunderstorm is coming into Isleta Pueblo right now. Here's the border between Bernalillo and Valencia County. I-25 in the southern part of the metro is not fun to drive in right now. I can give you that. Other thunderstorms, Edgewood to Moriarty. We're also seeing some in the Manzano Mountains, but I'll put this in loop and show you that some of that lighter rainfall might come in within the next 10-15 minutes for Rio Rancho, into the northwestern part of the city, Ventana Ranch, Cottonwood, areas like that, and Corrales. We still have one heavy thunderstorm, though, right around Tramway that's trying to push back to the southeast into the foothills. Looks like lightning is beginning to increase somewhat with the storm in southern Bernalillo County. And the severe thunderstorm warning, when it hits 8 o'clock here in about 3 minutes or so, you'll see this warning pop off, and that means the warning has expired for now. But the flash flooding issues are more than likely just beginning here in Albuquerque, because it takes some time to get all the rain from the roadway and the communities and neighborhoods into the arroyos. So the North Diversion Channel, the arroyos along I-40, could possibly be running pretty high here for the next, say, hour or two. But the main severe concern is starting to come down in Albuquerque as the severe thunderstorm is now pushing to the south near Los Lunas within the next 15 to 20 minutes. I've seen some thunderstorms do dissipate. Looks like the one over the northeastern part of the city is beginning to do that. But it looks like a more light to steady rain is really kind of starting to set in across Albuquerque, and the main severe concern is finally winding down. So let me check our social medias. I'll also check the National Weather Service chat before I let you go to see if we have any reports that has come from Albuquerque while we're just on here kind of talking. It doesn't look like we have any reports. They just issued the flash flood warning for Bernalillo, downtown Bernalillo County, downtown Albuquerque until 10:30. And as I was speaking, the severe thunderstorm warning for Bernalillo, Sandoval, and Valencia County, and we're talking this one, this severe thunderstorm warning. The one for Valencia County, the new one stays until 8:30. This one was just canceled, was just allowed to expire. So, John, if you're hearing me in the booth, or will you go ahead and tell the web producer that we are okay to end this Facebook Live? So, all right, thank you. So we're going to let you go. Thank you for joining us if you were. Most of the severe concern is now going into Valencia County. We'll continue to post updates on my Facebook and the KOB4 Facebook page and YouTube and Twitter throughout the rest of the evening.